Namaste. Welcome to Nepal's Top 7 Debaters 2013, produced by Today's Youth Asia. This is the quarter-final round in the English category of grade 10, 11 and 12.
Our topic for today's debate is donating healthy organs after death should be made compulsory.
Now I'd like to introduce our panel of judges for today's quarter-final round. Our first judge is Mr. Santosh Shah. He is the president of Today's Youth Asia. He also holds a world record as the youngest anchor of an English political talk show.
Our second judge is Claire Naylor. She is executive director of Women Lead Nepal. Her vision for Nepal is women and girls working together with men.
Our third judge is Prasoon Singh. She is a youth leader and advocates for the rights of young women of the southern part of Nepal. She is currently pursuing her master's degree in political science at the Tribhuvan University.
May I invite our first participant, Sushila Karki, to speak for the motion. She is of grade 12 from National Integrated College.
Before getting into the topic, let me ask you a question. Can anything be really important in saving the life of people? Definitely not. Then why are we objecting if donating healthy organs after death is made compulsory? Because donating organs ultimately means saving the life of people who is about to die. After all, we all are willing to the fact that when a person dies, he or she does not take anything with them, neither their wealth nor their bodies. So the decision to give the boon of life rests in our hands. Perhaps, if our time has come, then we can share the fragment of our life with someone who has miles to go in the journey of life. So why not we do so? According to the president of Healthcare Foundation, Dr. Rishi Kumar Kafle, in Nepal, every year 2,500 people suffer from kidney failures, among which only 100 people are provided the treatment. Similarly, according to the Department of US Health Service and Human Resources, each day 18 people die due to the organ failures. Organ failures not only causes the death of people, it also increases the criminal activities like kidnapping of poor, helpless children just for their organs. Besides this, failures of organs increases the criminal activities like illegal marketing of buying and selling of organs. If compulsion made on donating healthy organ, meanwhile after death can reduce this crime, then why can't we practice it? Besides this, my fellow opponent really need to give it a thought once again, because if something that is going to turn into ashes can really be used as in crucial ashes to save someone's life, then what is actually wrong if donating healthy organs meanwhile after death is made compulsory? Moreover, I think we should try to clarify the misconceptions regarding organ donations and encourage people to do the noble deed of organ donations. Thank you.
Susila, very good. I like the fact that you mentioned the criminal component of illegally procuring human organs, most of the time from the living people, because of their poverty or because they can be fooled into hospitals. That's a very, very good point. I know that you have a very less time allocated, and that still means you have to be very clear. You don't have to rush because you have less time, because everybody else will have the same problem. So you can still take your time, stay easy. In debate, you need to make sure that you have put forward certain content and certain expressions that probably nobody else would be able to compete with you, and that should be the focus rather than putting a lot of content into it. You did very well today.
May I invite Utsav Niraula to speak against the motion. He is studying in grade 12 at Xavier International College.
There are three things to be considered before talking about making organ donation mandatory. First, religious belief. Hinduism believes that any body cannot be disturbed before cremation, else the whole family will be damned for life. They will be cursed. There is a certain tribe of Christianity, Jehovah's Witness, they do not even donate blood. They would rather watch their children die than to defy the words stated in the Bible. So let me ask you a question, those who are speaking for the pro. Are you willing to take the responsibility to the fact that they know that they're going to be damned for life just because you forced them to take out the organs from their body? First thing, I mean, this may sound ridiculously in the context of science, but to those who believe in religion, for them it's a reality in the state of mind. So donating organ made compulsory cannot be helpful to those people. They'll create chaos in the state of religion. Second, organ donation helps in the state of scientific research, and I really do agree with this. But even today, when the organ donation is not been mandatory, according to sciencebuzz.org, there are nearly about 17,500 organs donated each day, which are used for scientific purposes. And I think that is a plenty amount of number for the scientists to do research on. Why flood their research lab with number of organs that they may not use and make it go to waste? And the third aspect to be considered here is for curing people. My friend mentioned almost 18 people die every year due to the absence of organ. Now let me tell you, according to organdonation.org, it states that organ transplants success rate varies from 50 to 90%. That means even if you have donated your organ, that does not mean you will save 18 lives per day. Your transplant can go wrong. So making organ donation mandatory does not possibly mean that it saves life each and every day. It creates chaos, and I'm still against it. Thank you.
So first of all, good job. It's not easy being first for the against. You did a really good job of that. I thought your body language got better as you went through your presentation. Good use of hands. You looked comfortable up there. Your eye contact improved as you went along, but was a little bit iffy at the beginning. So that's just something to be aware of in the future. I really liked how you brought different religions into it and made it universal beyond Hinduism, because during the first point I was thinking, okay, there's all these funeral rites that are involved with organs, but I didn't even think about other religions. So that was really good. Good use of statistics as well in quoting where that came from. And then you also did a really good job rebutting the point before you about the number of lives that would be saved on a daily basis through organ transplants, when that's not always the case. So overall, really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
May I request Navneet Jha to come and speak for the motion. He is from grade 12, AJ Wild College, A-Levels.
More than 10,000 people die every year in hope of getting an organ, and 18 every day lose their hope. My friend here said that religion denies the donation of organ, but we have been living our life through doctrines of holy books such as Bible and Gita and everything, but I don't see why they don't, I don't see the reason why they deny us. I don't think that any religion deny and quotes organ transplantation as a sin. Transplantation or transplanting organs can save lives instead. There are thousands of people who need organ in order to survive. It can be used in research, through which organ can be sorry, I want to do it again. Is it possible? Shall I start now? More than 10,000 people lose their life in hopes of getting a new organ, and more than 18 people lose their hope every day. Now, I'm not quoting that our efforts have not been able, but we have not been able to save lives in number, and that's why I think that transplanting organs should be made compulsory after death. Transplanting organ, for the first reason, can be that it can save huge amount of life. In South Asia alone, 7,000 people can be saved if only 15% of those donors can donate their, or the deceased can donate their organs. So how can we say that the arguments against transferring or donating healthy organ after death is invalid? And my friend here talked about holy books and that defies and denies the donation of organ. But I don't see that how is that possible, because we have lived our life through doctrines of holy books such as Bibles, Gita, and I have not found any reason that why should we not donate our organ after death, because it can be used in research, and research can be very useful in fields of such as cancer and in leukemia and other medical researches. So I think that, personally, I think that donation of organ is and must be made compulsory after death of a person. Thank you.
Navneet, first of all, I congratulate you for making it to this round. And in the first take, you were a bit nervous, but later on you actually were better. So all I can say is that I wish you all the best and work on your confidence. Just enjoy what you are saying, and that is more important. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to call on stage Angela Chapagai to speak against the motion. She's studying in grade 10 at Skyrider School.
I would like to offer counter arguments and point out the flaws in the given topic, that the donation of healthy organs should be made compulsory after the death. At first, I would like to ask here that why should one be compelled to donate his or her organs after the death? Would you like to be cut off after the death? Certainly you won't like to be cut off after the death. Similarly, there are various advantages of donating the healthy organs. For example, it is really disadvantageous from the religious point of view, because our religion requires the burial to take place very shortly after the death, and the harvesting of the healthy organs may cause the unacceptable delay. Likewise, it is believed that if our body is disturbed after the death, then we will be cursed and damned forever. And most importantly, from the medical point of view, it is said that the transmission of healthy organs always can't be successful. There can be many transmission of such diseases which can be cured in the near future. Likewise, the doctors at present condition are doing the illegal activities. They are selling such our organs, and they are involved in the illegal business of selling such organs. So how can this be beneficial? In the same way, according to the WHO charter, if we have signed in as the donor of the healthy organs, and if we get any fatal injury, then the doctors won't give their best effort to save us, and they think that they can sell such organs to other persons. In the same way, a recent report or a recent survey conducted in America shows that per day 18,000 people are waiting for the incident of accident to happen so that they can get a healthy organ, or they can get organs from other persons or other people. And how can we conclude that this will be beneficial? So I personally believe that the donation of healthy organs should not be made compulsory after the death. Rather, it can be made as per the will or opinion of the people. Thank you.
Angela, I like your enthusiasm. I've followed you from your audition round through YouTube. I was traveling abroad at that time. It looks like you have great contents. You have done very good research, but somewhere you're struggling with structuring them. I think you are struggling on what to say first, what to say second. And when you have a lot of contents, you don't have to repeat the contents that your previous debaters have already given out. You spoke better towards the end, and in the beginning I was like, she's saying the same thing that the previous two debaters have already said. So work on structuring. I know that you study a lot. Your presentation in the past has also shown that. So, and then if there is time constraint, I said previously also, don't rush. Take your time. Give out 3 amazing contents or 2 amazing contents. Don't try to put a lot of content and struggle with the timing and clarification and all that. Okay?
May I request Nancy Bogoti to speak for the motion? She is from grade 12, Bralinkanto School.
My opponent friend talked about how we would not like to be cut open when we are dead. But I doubt that a dead body is capable of liking or disliking such stuffs. According to the US Department of Health and Human Services, about 130,000 people are waiting for organ donation. And out of them, around 18 people die every day because they do not get organs to transplant. It is said that one person, one donor, can save up to 8 people's lives. And we are more concerned about how we will look at our graves. We are concerned about if our body is complete, if our liver is inside our body, or our kidney is missing. We are more concerned about our dignity rather than saving a person. My opponent's friend talked about how criminal acts are being conducted, like kidneys are being stolen, livers are being stolen, and the people in the US are hopeful that someone would die. But if we think about it, it is because the organs are not enough. That's why they wish that there were more people would die. But if every dead person was made to donate organs, then there would be enough organs for every single person who would need it. So why would there be any criminal acts after that? Why would anyone have to steal an organ? Why would anyone have to hope for someone to die? I think that organ donation should be made compulsory, not just because it can help the people who are going to die, and it can give them a second life. So I strongly believe that organ donation should be made compulsory. Thank you.
Okay, so great job, Nancy.
Thank you.
That was very captivating. You were very expressive, great eye contact, good body language. I especially like the way that you referred to specific points that were brought up earlier and then elaborated on them. So you were bringing a lot of new content into the debate. I think you stuttered a little bit at the end, maybe because of the time pressure. But that would be my only critique of your performance today. So great job.
Thank you.
May I request Urisa Silwal to speak against the motion? She is from grade 12, St. Xavier's Higher Secondary School.
The meaning of organ donation itself is to give of one's free will. After all, it's a simple theory. My body, my choice. Somebody else's body, their choice. Making organ donation compulsory itself is not enough. It requires a lot of skilled medical professionals, modern technology to preserve it under certain conditions, huge investment and network. And in a country like ours, where most of the rural areas are inaccessible and are deprived of even the basic health services, how can you expect this law to be implemented in our country? Moreover, compulsory organ donation may cause overstocking, and a lot of organs could get wasted simply because there are too many of them. Knowing the fact that the organs are easily available and they are cheaper, people are likely to show negligence on their health, eating habits, and they may not take preventive measures as well. We call ourselves a democratic country, and we also know the fact that Hinduism is an integral part of our life. According to Hinduism, the body cannot be tampered before cremation. Knowing this fact that if we still make rules that force people to go beyond their consent, then is it okay for us to call ourselves a democratic country? In this scenario, opt-out system can be a decent solution. In Belgium and Spain, they follow this system which says that everyone is a donor, but you can object to it as well. In this way, the will of the people is also respected and you'll be still helping people. Since no human is obligated to help one another, this statement holds no water for me. Thank you.
Urusha, I loved your energy, your confidence. You're really good. And the points you actually raised were very clear and quite convincing. So I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
May I now request Anushka Pang to speak for the motion. She is from grade 10, Sri Satya Sai Shiksha Sadan.
My opponents focused mainly on religious values, but let me tell you that our religion never seeks the body. It is the soul that the religion seeks. Similarly, our body is for granted. We never walk to join our bones, or we never walk to fit in our eyes. So what's the big deal in granting just a few part of it for the people in need after death? A dead body is in fact an inanimate organ which cannot feel. So what's the problem in giving a sight to a person who has never seen the sunrise? Talking about the present context, organ donor website clearly mentions that 20 people each day are dying because of the shortage of organ transplantation. This very shortage has today become the prime cause of human trafficking. In Canada alone, many people are dying because of kidney transplantation shortage. So the rich people who are able to buy the organ can easily buy, but those poor people who are also facing the same fate are mainly promoting human trafficking. They are buying the organs illegally. Bible clearly states that dust we are, dust we become. After death, our bodies are to be buried and cremated with organs which can save people's life. Would you rather like to leave a heart in a dead body if it can help to save the life of a 7-year-old boy? Of course, no human is obliged to help another human, but saving others people's life is the right thing to do. However, after death, if you could be useful to someone, then why not? Thus, I mainly focus that organ donation should be made compulsory because it saves life, it curbs illegal activities. Thank you.
Anushka, very impressive. I was hoping somebody would come with a debate like that. And when you give a data, always you refer to your source, but at the same time you'll have to say 20 people die, but in which country? I'm sure it's not worldwide. You must be referring to a particular country. So when you refer to a data, like quote your source, which you did, but also refer to the complete data of it. You came up with a lot of your own content. We have heard a lot of debaters take data from here and there and put it together. But what I liked about your debate was you created a lot of your own contents, and that's always the best part of a debate. Wish you luck. Let's see what happens.
Thank you, sir.
We now begin with the rebuttal round.
My fellow opponent continuously mentioned here about the religions, but I think no religions would object you from saving the life of people who is about to die. So I think donating organ after death should be made compulsory because there is no any harms. And in the world of modernizations nowadays, people are donating organ. Meanwhile, when they are alive, then what is actually problem of donating our organs if it means that we can save save the people who is about to die? Thank you.
My fellow friend said that rich people are able to buy will be able to buy organs. Let me tell you one thing. How can you make sure that the organ that I donated will go to a rightful person, would not go to some drunk person who will spoil his liver and will do the same with mine? There is no guarantee that my liver would go for a right cause. First problem in that organ donation to be made mandatory. Second problem that I faced is within the topic itself. Mandatory and donation does not actually cope up with each other. Mandatory means to force to do something, and donations means to do something by their own will. So the question itself states that mandatory is a false word to make the organ donations. Thank you.
You can rather save a life or die. You can rather create a legacy or be unknown. So that's my point. My friends here said that the organ donation has a black market, but why does that exist? Have you ever given a thought to that? That's because there has not been adequate supply to that market so that mechanism can be created and the demands can be met. And by making donation compulsory, we can do that and we can solve the problem. And there's a question, always a question of consent. So I believe we're in the country where policymaker can come up with something like punishing people with long hair, I believe that policymaker will come up with something that will, in fact, stand out for a good cause. Thank you.
According to Judaism perspective, our body is blessed by different body organs and it is to be returned to the God as it is. However, though it is before the death or after the death, it is to be returned to the God as the property of the God. As it is gifted to the God, as it has been gifted by the God, it's our compulsion that it should be returned to the God. My fellow opponent said that donation should be made compulsory, but I would like to ask a question here that if the donation is made compulsory, then the poor will be suffering a lot because only the rich brats will be getting a lots of facilities. They will not die of the traumatic accidents because there will be lots of poor to donate their life to the rich brats, and only the poor will be suffering and the rich will be getting a lots of facilities. Thank you.
My opponent friend talked about religion, about how it does not allow organ donation. But isn't it the same religion that tells us that we should serve mankind? Isn't it the same religion that states that service to man is service to God? I believe that no God would ever curse you for helping someone survive or helping someone see the world. I think it is very ironic that when we are doing a crime, when we are hurting others, when we are killing someone, at that time God is taking a vacation. But when we are going to serve someone, when we are going to help someone, God comes out of nowhere and curses us. I think it is this excuse for those who are not selfless enough to serve mankind. Thank you.
Donor does not necessarily mean that you're going to save someone's life. There are a lot of factors into getting an organ than the actual organ. There's blood type, medical insurance, money. Even the basic rule of medical science says that one body cannot accept the parts of another body, and even if it is done, the body will be resisting to the external organ. My opponent said that it will help poor people. Let me give you an example. The patient who has had a kidney transplant has to take expensive medicines for the lifetime, and it will add economic burden to the poor people. So I don't agree with this statement. Thank you.
My opponents have been making baseless assumptions. Since time immemorial, donations of the organ has been made voluntary. If this would have worked, we would not have faced the loss of hundreds of people around the globe. Similarly, they have emphasized on right to self-decision, but as a human being, it is our duty first to save another people's life. If not during the lifetime, at least after death, by donating organs, we can be of some use to others. Thank you.
I request all the debaters to come up on stage. May I request the judges for their decision?
You all are definitely very good debaters. You have made it to this round on a national level competition. So 3 of you who will be eliminated today, I would say that do not get discouraged. You can always apply for 2014. May I ask Urusha Silwal to come in the front? Urusha, you'll be making it to the semi-final. Congratulations. Anushka Pant, you'll be making it to the next level. Congratulations. Nancy, you'll be making it to the next level as well. The fourth one was a bit difficult. We didn't take much time to pull three of you out, but we took some time to pull out the fourth. It was kind of difficult. We still have to choose one, and we have chosen Utsav Nirola to be in the fourth. Congratulations, four of you. You'll be making it to the semi-finals. And from the semi-final, two of you will only make it to the final. So the next round is definitely the most decisive round to be able to tell whom we are going to get as Nepal's top 7 debater from your category. So all the best for the next round. And Angela, Navneet, and Susila, I know you have done well in the past. I don't know why today, maybe the topic was something that you couldn't connect with, or it was a new environment with the judges that scared you. For some reason you couldn't do well today, but I have seen you guys in the past in the video, and you all are very good debaters. You should definitely carry debating further. All the best. Thank you.
Congratulations. The selected debaters will be going to the semi-final round.
Today's topic, donating healthy organs after death should be made compulsory, was sent by Pratiksha Baral from Bachelor's Level ACMC College. She has received a cash prize of ₹1,000. Congratulations, Pratiksha.
If you are a student starting in between grade 7 and bachelor's level, you can apply for Nepal's Top 7 Debaters 2014. The application submissions are open now. You can call the TYA office at 4257-250 or send us an email at youthtya@gmail.com. We will be back next week. Namaste.